Welcome back to Numbers Live Sports Network. I'm your host, Tweed, with the panel of sports experts here. Last episode, we did my Spurs. This episode, we're gonna preview the Utah Jazz. We were just talking about Salt Lake City, Utah, and how amazing of a city it is. Last year, the Jazz actually ended up last year 49 and 33. It's crazy how the difference a few months can make. 49 and 33, fifth seed in the West. In the offseason, though,
They're not doing that.
the
They
Jazz,
ain't doing them numbers.
They ain't doing them numbers.
they lost a lot of players and they gained a lot of other players. And it was, And they're totally.
But they really only lost a couple cats. It's just that those cats were. They didn't really lose a lot of players.
Can I read the list? They
gained a lot of players.
Well, yeah, they gained. Okay, let me read who they gained at least. Okai Agbaji from the Cavs, Malik Beasley, Leandro. I thought I was about to say Barbosa. Leandro Bomaro from the Wolves. PHT, Stanley Horton Tucker from the Lakers, Stanley Johnson, Saban Lee, Laurie Markkinen, who've been killing, Kelly Olynyk, Colin Sexton, and Jared Vanderbilt. And they got Simone Fontecchio and Cody Zeller in free agency.
It's a little hard team though.
And they have,
we got Walker, Texas Ranger.
You got all. I like shout out to Walker. They got a lot of players, but they don't have a lot of star players. And this is a star league. So if you don't have star players, you're not gonna win shit.
So just as far as where all these players came from, Malik Beasley, Omaro, Jared Vanderbilt, Walker Kessler, they all came over in the Rudy Gobert trade. Stanley Johnson Stanley Johnson came over along with Taylor Horton Tucker in the Patrick Beverly trade.
Mm-hmm.
Okai Agbaji was a rookie that was from national champion Kansas Jayhawks, who also came over in the Donovan Mitchell trade. He, Colin Sexton, and Laurie Markkinen. So Utah was really, really active in blowing this team up. And I think, obviously the reason being they hadn't made it past the second round of the playoffs in the past couple of years, despite being a top 1 through 14, maybe like the last 3 to 4 years straight. But they haven't even reached the Western Conference Finals. So, they felt it was time to blow that team up. Those trades were big as far as revamping. I think they did really, really good though with getting players like Colin Sexton and Agbaji along with Laurie Markkinen. I think Sexton will be the point guard of the future. I think eventually they find a trade for Mike Conley Jr. As well as Jordan Clarkson. But at the moment, they do still have both players.
Yeah, if they have a trade for both players, I'm interested to see somebody like Johnny Juzang coming in and see what he does in the league. Because last year or the year before last, he had the incredible run to the Final Four, and everybody think, oh yeah, he's a lottery pick. He's 6'6", shoot the ball. I just want to see how that translates to the NBA now. And seeing how he reacts when he put his feet to the fire.
So basically Danny Ainge came in and said, "Nah, I don't think you guys are getting along very well. Let me blow this up." Right?
Rightfully so.
And Donovan Mitchell denied that those sentiments. He denied that, but that's what Danny Ainge saw. And them not getting past, you said, the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah,
but the writing was on the wall. As soon as they lost, we was like, "Oh, you got to blow this up." The writing was on the wall.
There had been rumored tension between Mitchell and Gobert since the pandemic. And if I'm not mistaken, Gobert was the first player in the NBA to test positive for COVID when he did the whole touching the microphone type ordeal. And a couple other players caught it, and then we all know what happened after that. They did lose some bench players in free agency. Royce O'Neal to the Nets and Daniel House Jr. to the Sixers. And then they waived Hernan Gomez, and then Bogdan was involved in the trade to the Pistons.
I forgot about
So
that. He just left too.
I want to say from that starting five, only
Mike Conley. That's it.
Mike Conley Jr. remains, and then former Sixth Man of the Year,
Jordan Clarkson.
Jordan Clarkson.
What
But
do
I
you-
think both will be traded before the deadline.
I think Nikhil Alexander-Walker got to come through too. This is what, year 3 now for him?
Yeah.
Who?
Keel Alexander Walker.
Yeah, they did his cousin. For him to take the reins and be more productive. You know, I don't know if he's going to start or be the sixth man, but this is an opportunity for him to literally just go improve and see your cousin Shea Gilly, take off like he is. It's like I would, if I was him, I would feel some type of way. Like, man, like I play basketball with my cousin all the time. How is he so much better? Like, it's crazy. But yeah, those two guys, Nikhil and Johnny Duzang, is who I'm watching in this team. But to me, this is a lottery team as well.
So, question. So you said before the deadline. So, is there what is the line of can be traded and can't be traded from now before the season starts?
It depends on when they sign a contract.
Yeah, those two are fine.
Yeah, they both can go at any
It
moment.
also depends on, if you have recently signed an extension of some sort, then you wouldn't be able to be traded until like after December, I want to say.
Right.
But those two aren't on any type of contract extension. So they can be traded at any time. I just don't see it happening right away.
So theoretically, a trade can happen in November.
Yeah.
It depends on the player.
For those two,
Okay.
yeah,
And
it
on
depends on the player.
Just checking. All right. Cool. So Utah Jazz, they're going to be in the Wembanyama sweepstakes. Most likely, Danny Ainge is going to go
Okay.
Hey, real quick,
27 picks.
while I'm thinking about this is kind of random though. What do y'all think about the mid-game tournaments, kind of like they do in soccer? Do you think that it will draw more attention? Do you guys want to see the change? Do you want to keep it the same? What's y'all feedback?
Like I said, when those things first came about, I think it's completely pointless. Completely pointless in the sense that, for one, people already want to eliminate back-to-backs and also try to play fewer games in the season due to injury and, also due to, fans not seeing the players that they're actually paying for if a team comes to your city and the superstars rest. What's the point of adding more games to the season? I think it's completely pointless.
They need to do it like the WNBA when they just designate games as Commissioner Cup games.
Going back to your point about adding games, I think I saw a breakdown and they said that they are either removing one game less or adding one game more with the all in all.
But that's still one game for a tournament though. And like you already have coaches that are saying if their team gets put in the tournament that they're resting X and Y players. So like what's the point?
So the way the WNBA does it, they come out the regular schedule no matter what. And they leave one game off the original schedule. And so they just designate certain games as Commissioner Cup games. So like the Sky was going to play the Aces. No matter what, during the regular season, this game was going to happen. They just designated that game as a Commissioner's Cup game. And the winner of that game gets like 3 points. Loser gets a point. Then once all the Commissioner Cups games are played, because every team's like invited to the Commissioner's Cup. Once all those games are played, the two teams with the most points play each other to win the Commissioner's Cup, and it's like $100,000 bonus. But they say their normal schedule is 32 games. They're only scheduled 31, and that 32nd game is made during the season to where it's like Commissioner Cup first and second, Commissioner Cup third and fourth, and they just playing each other on that date. So it's a tournament, but it's just set up to where
it's a tournament within the season. I think the biggest difference between the WNBA Commissioner's Cup and this mid-season tournament that the NBA is discussing is you said that every team from the WNBA is invited to play in the Commissioner's Cup.
Yeah,
I think that's the case.
I think that's what the NBA needs to do is do
right,
that.
But that's not the case at the moment with how they're trying to set it up. Only certain teams will be invited to play. So you're gonna have teams playing more games than other teams. It's more risk of injury, more risk of fatigue. I just think it's pointless.
Yeah, they doing too much.
Until they tweak it a bit more, or either just say fuck it.
Yeah, I don't think they need it. Like I was cool with I just got on board with the play-in shit, so now y'all trying to throw more at me, so I'm straight.
Yeah, you need to relax, just one at a time. Let
That's
this
too
play-in
much.
let the play-in cook, and then do just later. They have been talking about a mid-season tournament for a while now. You know they gonna gain more traction.
That's like the Pro Bowl. The niggas change the Pro Bowl every month, every week.
Every year.
So
And I think
I'm good.
they need to just focus on bringing the Supersonics back first and foremost.
They already said that at the end of this
Hurry
CBA
up.
that the two teams they're bringing two teams. You got to come with two expansion teams, Vegas and Seattle.
Right.
When does the CBA expire?
I think at the end of next year.
Next year.
I think by the time, because whenever Brian's original contract was supposed to end, it was the same time that the CBA ended.
I personally think the mid-season tournament is just a shit way of trying to recoup
money,
TV losses and things from the pandemic era. That's all.
Pretty safe. All right. So hey, anyway, we were, I guess, talking about the Utah Jazz.
We done. Utah over, man. We can't this episode. It's over.
Good luck to the Utah Jazz.
Yeah. They in the sweepstakes too.
Yeah.
Team trash and your jerseys trash.
Yeah, them weak ass black and yellow jerseys. Come on, man. They out there looking like old gold. That's what they look like, though.
Never buy those.
I never been to Salt Lake City. Don't really have any desire to. I don't know. John Stockton ain't walking through that though.
Ain't he banned from
somebody? Stockton's on his Kyrie. Stockton is on his Kyrie.
Yeah, John Stockton banned from Utah.
That's bogus, man.
How gonna false vaccination information?
Yeah.
That's bogus.
Wait, was it Utah or Gonzaga though? I could have sworn it was Gonzaga.
Oh, you're right.
Somewhere. Somewhere. They bogus.
I think he was at the game at his alma mater, and he got into it with somebody about it.
Ouch. Well, go Jazz. See if they win Wembanyama sweepstakes. We shall see.
You better hope they win games, or you might be in trouble.
Right. They're better than Spurs, so they'll be all
right. Because Wembanyama, Colin Sexton pick and roll sounds a lot more attractive than Wembanyama, Josh Primo.
Nah, bro.
I ain't even gonna lie to you, buddy.
Primo cold. I can't wait.
It's a lot more sexy sounding with Colin Sexton than Josh Primo.
We'll see.
And Malik Beasley in the corner. Yeah, that sounds a lot better than Utah.
Ain't got nobody. Okay, well, yeah, Danny Ainge gonna make a team. But all right, we'll see. That's it for the Utah Jazz season preview. Tune in next time on Numbers Live Sportsnet. Good night.
Good evening.